Hi everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read for you today. It's a beautiful day. The energy is great. It's March 29, 2019. The 29 is the Three of Wands, which is staying present to everything that's around you and not waiting for the next step, but actually just enjoying the moment. The day adds up to 44-8, which is that Four of Cups energy. It's all about mastering, grounding, and integrating, about not settling. Okay, we are going to get right into this. Birds. First thing, when I went outside this morning to ground, I saw only two birds flying. I did only see one ant visiting me this morning, and actually yesterday I saw two big really fat robins in the morning out back, and then I saw one squirrel in the tree. So it's like the separation between the two and the one, which is good. I also awoke this morning too. And then it came in again later this morning before I did the read. You come and pour yourself on me. If the world should stop revolving, spinning slowly down to die, I'd spend the end with you. And when the world was through, then one by one the stars would all go out, and you and I would simply fly away. That's what I woke up to this morning. So some really beautiful energies. Also, which was strange for me yesterday, Adelaide came up in the read several times, and it came up again. It came up again this morning as I knock everything over. And what else came up today? Oh, I had a little book for Lent that came in the mail, and the message for today was love thy neighbor as thyself, and to perform an act of kindness today. And also Sex in the City came up a couple times today in the read. That feeling of Carrie when Big came home with his new girlfriend from Paris, and also Miranda coming to her rehearsal dinner, or Steve coming to see Miranda at Carrie's rehearsal dinner. That came up. You'll hear that in the read as well. And also the robins, because there was one robin out front today, the robin, and the two in the back yesterday. The robin redbreast, that's pride, right, sticking their chest out. That also is coming out. And I think that was it before getting into the read. The read was done at 9:44, so today is 44, and the read was done at 44, ending my positioning at 46. The major arcana were Shadow, which is the devil, and Guidance, which is the Hierophant. And there was 3 wands. 2 swords, 2 cups, 2 pentacles. There's a lot of twos. Actually, both my videos yesterday came out, all 1s and 2s. A lot of 2s, and then again 3222 came up here with the numbers, and as well as 44, 666, 88. The sequence 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we are in the middle range here, but airing to the end of the cycle. And 18 came up, 4, 6, 8, like 2, 4, 6, 8, but just 4, 6, 8. And what else here? 57, which is the 3 of Swords. 46, like I said, and 68 also. 68, so that's the moon, mastering, grounding, and integrating. Lionsgate comes up with 8-8. Twins being together. Separation. Inner children. The student. And allow your adult to be the student. Okay. So the coding all around the message today was all about perseverance and spirituality for the masculine. And the message was just 4, 6, 8 of chalices. Okay? And 8 of chalices is that walking away and going within energy. It's the twin inner children walking away and within to persevere, and to persevere in spirituality. Seeing outside the box. The old templates, letting go of all that stuff. It's also about the past going away. And the Emperor allowing himself to be the Page of Pentacles, the student, for opportunity, for their emotions of the heart. So allowing the Divine Feminine to teach them about that, but also their children, allowing themselves to be the student and not have too much pride to disallow that. So that was the message for the masculine. Let's see here. So as we start off the read, the underlying energy was the Six of Flames with the Four of Orbs, or the Four of Swords, in the traditional deck. It came up like this, so all about attention, and there could be some, back here, him resting and meditating behind all the attention that he's getting, okay? It could be success, all that kind of thing. There were, the court cards in the read were Knight of Wands and Knight of Swords only. So 2 nights might be significant for someone, so the 31st would be 2 nights from now. So on this journey for the masculine, success, attention, and leading the way, and good news is all about that Six of Wands. The Divine Masculine not getting along possibly at work, or left work to ground and integrate an offer of love. He's been resting and meditating behind the scenes to see how sneaky and out of control he's been, or now fessing up to let go of his ego and let go of control issues, letting go of that which brings him attention. The Emperor is out at home or business, watching the gate left wide open. Someone may have let the dog out by accident, or another animal, calling to return but no answer, and fearing the worst. Okay, so going into fear. In the country, or at a country house perhaps, or practicing their golf swing. Another energy gate open already. The masculine can't believe it, so if they're going through the purging cycles, they just finished one and don't believe it because here they go again, right back into another purge. The Divine Masculine, seeing how far he's come, now realize too, this is all underlying energy, and a lot of the underlying energy that comes up in the read, in any read, is going to be people's perspectives. It doesn't mean it's necessarily the truth, because you as twins know the truth, so it's up to you to be able to discern what applies to you and what does not, what applies to your twin and what does not, okay? What is your perception of the situation, because you don't know on the outside as opposed to what you know on the inside. So really pay attention to that when you hear the stuff that comes up in the underlying energy here today. Okay, and when I'm finished with the underlying energy, I'll let you know. So in the masculine, maybe fearing the worst, in maybe a pet got out, in the country when they're not home, at home, or a country house, or practicing their golf swing, another energy gate open already, the Divine Masculine seeing how far he's come and how far the fall is, and possibly wanting to die or to escape. There's definitely dark night energy coming up here, bleeding out with pain, and specifically around the hip, kidney, liver, GERD, so reflux, and left heart and left shoulder. Or he could be feeling his own pet's pain. Okay, when he can't find them, he's feeling pain and anxiety, not because he's going into fear, but because he's actually feeling his pet and what's wrong, and his pet's trying to let him know where he is. The Divine Masculine, so this is coming at 10:10, okay? So a turn for the better. The Divine Masculine issues, or an animal that may have been hit or in an accident or lost and alone. So it's also the masculine learning his abilities and seeing, oh, this isn't me. This is my pet trying to send me a message. So there's also an angel out watching, could be his Divine Feminine, while there's a kid upset. So it could be also him and his angel personality. Could be the masculine or the feminine out watching while a kid is upset, or calling for a pet, or a negative self-talk in detoxing a death, or wanting to die, over-isolating, feeling unstable, or moving or over-isolating away from home. The worst is over as far as the pain, finally up out of bed, riding in to tell the truth, but the sword may have been broken in the fall. Okay? So does he really know what the truth is? And there definitely is dark night here for some of the masculines here. Putting together, and they may have been through dark night already and then going through it again. Just like the feminine had the worst of it in the beginning of the journey, but it would come back every now and then. So putting together the quilt is only half the battle. Then you must use it and break from your security blanket. Through rain, through storm, through death of night and emptiness, the knight in shining armor has survived dark night of the soul to return quickly with news, and now he is the messenger of truth. Romantic feelings comes up in the underlying energy, as well as flirt beneath that. But we're still in the underlying energies here. The bull exits left. So this is not predictions. This is all stuff that you may or may not know about, but it's already happened. Bull exits left. Humpback of Notre Dame. Hatari, safari. No more bullfights. Exiting the draped canopy bedroom. Tent of doom and destruction. Bull can't find the red drape above them. It's out of their realm, and they will never get it. So it's for some, it's the masculine realizing that karmic's never going to understand how they perceive the world or what they're going through this journey. The King of Swords with young girl, allowing the divine feminine to watch, or at work with co-workers spying, or at home and somebody's lying. The King of Swords undressing young women with his eyes at work, or intimidating and stern, unyielding, making women around him feel naked and vulnerable. Or the King of Swords has students, and this King of Swords definitely could be the divine masculine, but it could be someone else as well. Or the King of Swords has students, but he's being watched for suspicion of wrongdoing due to a wandering eye or a misunderstanding. Someone may have left the job, not trusting the King of Swords. A Knight of Pentacles or friend offers help. And karmic now is the cheese that stands alone at home. A friend may out the divine masculine to his karmic. Could be inappropriate behavior seen that is real, or suspicions that are not supported by hard evidence. Just a feeling, probably maybe of a coworker or maybe a friend who may have stopped by work. Or the Knight of Pentacles offers something healthy to a loveless partnership, or asking a partner to fill in at work because somebody just left. Or karmic and divine masculine are not talking because he's always too friendly with women co-workers and clients, and she catches him looking at others' butts all the time when they're together. And this has been going on a long time. He offers her a rose, but she knows it's someone else he's thinking of. And then Archie was coming up. So I don't know if someone relates to Archie in the gang or if someone's name is Archie, but that was coming up. Also that the karmic feels like the masculine all he cares about is alignment, and she doesn't get it. Okay? So could be very much that he is focused on this, trying to align his energies, and keeps trying to give her advice on how to do things, but she's not getting it, so she's annoyed by it. And her foot doesn't fit the ruby or glass slipper. No matter what she does to be sexy or naked, he is unaffected by her and just wants to be friends. Even her Wonder Woman attempt didn't work. Just concerned about her alignment. And what the heck is he talking about? Okay, so that kind of energy was coming up. And if it doesn't resonate with you, it's not a message for you. Physical activity came up, which is 67. And that's the Knight of Pentacles that just came up. As well as love partnership, which is 26, which is the Page of Wands, that inspired young energy. Excitement. So in love partnership, there's physical activity, but it's coming up too as masculine really trying to keep himself distracted and busy. Sports, work, whatever it is. Unstable at home and or moving. Magician is being sneaky and hair is growing silver. Eyes crazed, a negative past, a tainted kitty cat or lost child, and you don't bring me flowers anymore. Recovering from childhood manipulation by an evil man, or being homeless for a time and near-death experience, all comes back to haunt him. Dumping 2+ cups and 2+ coins, destitute and lost again in the worst ever experience of being exiled and all alone. Not even allowed in the church to stay warm. Has to try to talk to her, catching her leaving the church with kids. So that was coming up with the Steve wanting to see Miranda in Sex and the City at Carrie's and Big's rehearsal dinner. So you see the theme here because, right, when they went to get married, they broke up. After a near-death experience, Dark Night of the Soul, due to negative attention at work and wanting to jump, but actually not wanting to hurt anymore. So a lot of people who want to die, it's really just because they don't want to feel the pain anymore. And rushing in to tell his truth about romantic feelings at work and physical activities like sports in order to stay busy and distracted. Recently for the masculine is the shadow web. Caught in his own web of lies, a prisoner of split lies and duplicity, needing to pull Excalibur, on his own partner, Queen of Wands, in divorce. She always gets her way. He may be a kept man, perhaps, or she is literally the devil and righteous, giving attention to all his flaws and addictions, never completes anything, and he constantly needs attention, like it's just coming up as that kind of energy. She is cruel, but has justice on her side, because she feels no guilt, only pride. Righteousness without merit. The foundation here is the Knight of Wands. Passionately running back to be clear about a decision and offer of love, or offer love. Now passion, he has a new passion by mastering his passions, okay? So the King of Wands is passionately running back. He's ready to go. To be clear, he's clear about a decision and wanting to offer love, but he's holding back on the new passion until he masters, okay? So he's ready to ride in, but he knows that he must be in control of his passions before doing so. The Knight of Wands is ready to go, just grounding and integrating to master, to be mature about this. Knowing now the death his divine feminine felt and why she vents. Centrally, the energy is seeking peace and or shipping kids back and forth. Okay, this is about seeking peace, or it could be, if it's reversed energy, it can be about feeling stuck, wanting peace, but can't find it. Okay, so it's coming up as he's seeking peace and or shipping kids back and forth, depending if you have kids or not. Family done, but unhappy, jealous, insincere, and needy, and starved for attention. He's happy saving himself now, the wounded warrior, aligning energy and cracking codes and keeping an eye on his shadow side and the karmic's dark side, and that was at 11:11. He's getting, his challenge is getting all his ducks in a row. Oh, that's not that one. This is the challenge card, getting all his ducks in a row, walking away. This definitely can represent like Batman walking away. Can definitely be at the beach. Let's see here, what my challenge being all ducks in a row, lovers walking away and within to the mountains or countryside to be alone. The King of Swords reversed and the Page of Wands reversed are coming up together, so it could be divine masculine with a child where they haven't been getting along. They're both kind of on the outs who need to bond, and he is or he's just by himself, uninspired, disconnected, and having temper tantrums, so he knows he needs to get away on his own. And the Queen of Swords reversed may be left at home with the family or happy to be alone, and that could be the karmic or the divine feminine, or it could be somebody else. It could be someone, a family or a friend around. The divine masculine could be somebody at work. Divine masculine feels high vibration, looking at his low vibration and trying to figure out what to do with it. Tired of performing like an act in a circus, he is no one's clown, and finally recognizing that. Peace and conflict back and forth. Second prize not good enough. Knight of Cups deserves first, but how to relay his feelings, what words to use to show her he is King of Cups, hung up on her, and that he was a fool obsessed with work and keeping up partnership appearance, and it was a large burden. Seeking peace, but conflict always found him. Standing up to others and refusing to move from his position. So he's standing strong. Nosy kids. What's crowning the read is the Five of Flames. So this is this back and forth between peace and conflict in his life. He's standing up to others and refusing to move from his position, but there may be nosy kids or an adult who acts like a kid, can be himself as well, with sudden epiphanies or sudden events and drama going on, someone talking too much about divorce and or spirituality, or that's him and no one gets it but him, and himself in rest and meditation, dropping dead at the end of the day, exhausted for the masculine. There's conflict, fighting, competition over new love of self and a call to action, judgment, making final decisions, and the Queen of Cups, he's seeing her on a higher timeline, choosing a path even though she's got no affection and may have some confusion or need to dump attachments of others who won't wake up. So he's seeing what she did and kind of learning to follow suit. Discussions at the gate at night, illuminating a secret romance. The King of Cups becomes narcissist. Okay, so he's seeing that when he's having the discussion at the gate, whoever that may be with himself at the gate, as these gates open, or it could be with his karmic or whoever. When he's having discussions at the gate at night, illuminating a secret romance to himself or to a partner, the King of Cups, he becomes aware that this makes him a narcissist, or makes him look that way, or an Aquarian narcissist is actually a narcissist and is in the way. The Divine Masculine is hung up on dreams and confessing obsession. Narcissist, Aquarian, Sag, drinker, or potion maker are energy stealers or energy vampires, and Masculine's now recognizing this. The narcissist, the starlet, starved for unending attention. The manipulating drinker, potion maker, kiss of death, would do anything to get her fix. All right, so he's recognizing the negative energy around him, the things that drain him, that he's allowed. Taurus, Aquarius, Sagittarius, all interferences in his life, so there may be specific signs of people around him that he needs to detach from. And soon, he is working out the details of a destined offer or a loan of money. So someone may be offering him to come back to work or come back home, and being offered some kind of financial incentive because they know that's what he's all about. But he's now expressing feelings of how hard the work was and needing closure at this point, and knowing of his epiphanies suddenly, releasing all low energy connections, including this one. So if he gets an offer, whether it is of a new life, if he gets proposed to, or it's a work proposal, whatever the offer of this Ace of Pentacles is, if regarding an old workplace especially, it's a no-go. The love around, there's no love coming in around this energy, and he knows it. There's no cups in this situation at all. It's just about the money, and he's aware now without even seeing the paperwork. Like, he doesn't even need to see the contract. No more, no more, no more, no more. The Divine Masculine is seeing himself as the Divine Feminine's heart. No matter who comes in, he is always number one. Over the loss of Leo or kids or juggling the daily grind, now breaking patterns, and when drained, he knows it's a call to help his feminine. So if he's drained and he didn't do it to himself, he now recognizes that that's his feminine's energy coming in, and she may need a little energy sent her way. And that she may be dealing with outer energies that are draining her. The High Priestess, secret psychic abilities, expressing passionate feelings of twins in union. So this is how the masculine sees. So the Seven of Crystals, normally Seven of Pentacles, can be about reaping rewards and staying, just being still and waiting. But it's not really waiting, because it's you've gotten to a certain level in your life in the Seven of Pentacles. So you've earned a lot of money for yourself. You may not be where you can retire yet, but you have time where you can vacation or just hang out at home and do some work without having to go to work, because you've earned it. And it's also waiting in business for the next level. Maybe you're planning what you're going to do next, so you're taking it time out. So that's what this energy is really about. But this is also the Divine Feminine's heart, okay? That her power is being in being still, but it was just coming up forever that this is representative of the Divine Feminine's heart. And now that she, she's also Rapunzel in the E Tower, and that now she's actually letting outsiders in. But he recognizes that's okay. He's not going to be jealous anymore, because he is with her. He's always number one. So, where did I end here? The cards that came up for the masculine were new love, forgiving and learning, healing family issues, true love, this is a romance of a lifetime, and attraction, and all about the magnetic attraction. There may be a heated exchange between, but a positive one, between the High Priestess and their twin, and or Divine Feminine or Divine Masculine and their kids, or the other person's kids. Around him, or how he is seen, is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords here, okay, and this is often 5D messages for me, right? He's sending a 5D message. Queen of Pentacles, he's the Knight of Swords, but he's seeing also the feminine as being that messenger of truth, sending 5D messages, but also kind of trying to scope out what her financial situation is, It doesn't have to be a negative thing. It just could be trying to feel out what the situation is for himself if he comes together with the feminine. The Queen of Pentacles is coming up here per the masculine, is very stable, or how he is seen. May have stable family to support her, but financially drained by self in the journey, or by kids that still depend on her or him. Or that could be how he sees the situation around him as far as karmic and kids. The Divine Masculine wanting to scope out the Divine Feminine's financial position, or he's seeing that he's giving all of his money away to the karmic. He doesn't care anymore as long as he's got his freedom. The Divine Masculine is clearing, he needs to clear blocks of wishing on a star, paying out to patch things up instead of doing things the right way, sharing too much and finding peace and giving to charity, and yet the Divine Masculine needs to master his emotions about this stuff. Do not give unless it feels good and it is balanced with your own financial situation. In all in moderation. So never give or share out of guilt, shame, or what someone else deems as your responsibility. This is not their decision to make. It's always yours. And do not ask other people's opinions about this. Okay? It's about how you feel. What is your body telling you? Is someone guilting you into something, making you feel embarrassed so that you'll pay them, or that you'll give to the church or the charity, whatever it is? You should only give when it feels totally aligned with you. Don't allow people to pull your heartstrings. This is also about perseverance and spirituality, like I said in the beginning of the read, but even more so nature, what comes naturally to you, not them. What's good for them is not good for you. What's good for the goose is good for the gander is not true. Unless it's you, because your twin is you. So that works in a twin flame dynamic, but not in a two separate soul dynamic, okay? You don't allow people to pull your heartstrings. That's a codependent relationship. To feel guilt and shame in general, in any way, this is a manipulation. Know your own mind and heart. Watch out for twisted pillars and twisted sisters, extending olive branch to interfere in your romantic life, because they know better. Commitment and guidance to self, from self. Cut cords with energy vampires and manipulators and addictive behaviors. Transmute discord in all commitments in your life. This is the advice for the masculine. The Divine Masculine is no longer needing closure in marriage or other commitments in contracts, religion, or work. Expanding commitments only to balance self. So this was the block that he needed to clear, is that wishing on a star, okay, being out in the middle of the ocean and feeling helpless, and they're not. He has to stop depending on others and knowing he's got the power within himself. So Divine Masculine, no longer needing closure in a marriage or other commitments or contracts, religion, or work. Expanding commitments only to balance of self. Studying all angles, perspectives of spirituality, and drawing outside the lines of societal expectations. Healing and forgiving divorce, unhappiness, arrogance. King of Cups, giving up war of his own wounds and indecisions. Okay, so this was the outcome or solution cards. I don't like to say outcome because we're not really looking for an outcome. It's just the outcome of it's the solution or the energies at the end of this read or the day, of the situation. Okay, so it's coming out as committing to themselves and realizing he needs to balance with his feminine side. It's always about balance for him, not about making everybody else feel balanced. It's about once he gets himself balanced, then everything falls into place around him. So him getting that. So right after I said that, the King of Cups giving up war wounds and indecision, which is a lie. When you're indecisive, it means you're not connected to your higher self. So you need to meditate for a moment, connect again, or take a walk, go out in the woods, whatever you do to connect again. And that will help you become clear on what decision you need to make, if any. Sometimes you just need to sit still and wait, but we're so conditioned not to be still that we feel guilty for being still, especially the masculine. And then I was getting damned indecision and cursed pride. I kept my love for her locked deep inside, and it cuts like a knife. She's out of my life. Okay, so that was coming up from Michael Jackson from the masculine's perspective. Damned indecision and cursed pride kept my love for her locked deep inside, and it cuts like a knife, she's out of my life, okay? And Spirit's connecting with me. Coming together in joy to recover and implement the masculine implementing falling on his face. A fool for love, needing courage to stand in his truth no matter what, stand in his power and manifest his higher self, his magician embodiment, still and wise at night, and healing, dreaming and shining light during the day. So there's a light bulb that goes off inside a flame in meditation for the masculine, whether it's dark night or just another situation, where the Knight of Wands is off to the races to the divine feminine within his own heart, sending 5D messages to her, doing shadow work to find peace and walk away, align, work with nature and crystals and emotions, maybe by an ocean to master expansion of conflicting energies, alchemizing, divine marriage through balance, sharing, and equitable distribution, weights and measures, and shining emotional light. So he's doing shadow work, busy alchemizing peace and conflict, divine feminine's heart working to commit to receive his messages of truth, and master the divine marriage, commitment to self, balance, healing, and their combined dreams come true. And that was at 12:01. Okay, so that was the read. So some really beautiful energies and messages, and I'm going to pull some oracle cards for you guys. Let's see what we have here. We have the Ascension deck. Take a deep breath. All right, who are we supposed to call in today? I just got Kuan Yin. Okay, so there may be a little bit of inner child work that needs to be done here. All right, Kuan Yin it is. All right, so for this March 29, 2019, for everyone watching and the best and highest good of all those concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? And we are asking Kuan Yin. Kuan Yin, what is your guidance? As I was calling her in, I was just getting, everything's okay, my child. Okay. The bottom of the deck is Lord Kamika, number 42. 42 is the Two of Cups. So it's that deep connection. It's spiritual. It's soulmates. It's partnerships. Okay. The affirmation is, I call on Lord Kamika to enlighten and support me. And that's about the golden age of Atlantis and Metatron. Okay, so there's energies, the masculine energies. It's blue topaz light to breathe that light into your aura of unconditional love, acceptance of others, and personal responsibility to open new doors and guide your footsteps toward enlightenment and ascension. Okay, so it's 42, which is a 6, but it's also the Two of Cups. And the cards that came out for her, we had Lady Portia came out first, number 32, which is that's that journey card, the horse coming in. It's attention, leading the way, okay? 32 is a 5, though, it's of expansion, okay? He's leading the way to expand, to go out to the world, to see what's out there. It's the 2 of the feminine energy on the inside, expanding out through expressing yourself to others, coming together and socializing. Also can have to do, 3s can have to do with siblings as well, but we're not talking specifically about 3s here. Lady Portia is known as the goddess of justice. As Lord of Karma, she tempers justice with mercy and balance. In order to act with these golden qualities, you must let go of your own projections and prejudices and see the whole picture, not just your perception of it. When you receive this card, Lady Portia is calling on you to review an aspect of your life or relationships to bring it fully into the 5th dimension. Be generous-hearted, open-minded, and fair, and step aside from judgment, and then your ascension path will be showered with gold. Okay, so in gold and blue lights now, or light blue lights are coming up now. Affirmation, I am fair-minded, open-hearted, and non-judgmental, Lady Portia. And when I first saw Lady Portia, and she's partnered with Saint Germain, she looked just like my old next-door neighbor's daughter. So I'll never forget what she looks like. Then Jesus and Marco came up, which are 47 and 40. I'm not going to read them to you because I'll put the cards up that you can read them if you like later. And then Marco's 47. So 40 is the Page of Cups, and 47 is the Seven of Cups, which for me is synchronicities, like seeing all the synchronicities around you. But it's also heaven in their eyes and dreams come true. What others may consider illusions, but you know better. Be that child, be that innocent child with an open heart to see the dreams that are real for you. So someone else's dreams may not be the same as yours, so know that as well. So we have 1 and 2, Lady Portia, Jesus, and Marco. So I was getting Lucy again, because Lucy came up yesterday for some reason, and then Marco Polo I'm getting too. Marco Polo. So you have to put the signals out there so they can be received. Okay? So you also, when receiving, you have to kind of tune in on a regular basis to see if any messages are coming through. So it's like that Marco Polo. There needs to be something put out there in order to receive. And I was just getting Zeus. Zeus. That's interesting too, because I noticed an old picture in my phone, in my iPad this morning too. That I was just running through some stuff and I saw it, and it had I'd drawn some images that I'd gotten from something, and one was a Z shape, and I was getting Zorro at that time, but I'm getting Zeus here. So if something comes up about Zeus for you guys, let me know. And I'm just getting thunderstorms. There's no storm like a woman scorned, okay? So that's what Jesus energies are giving me. I have to pull, and this is the ones I have to count. But just so you know, the first one that came out was nature, which is important for today, and that wanted to be seen. 3 of the earth and Gaia. And that was a big theme for yesterday. And then the top of the deck is, of this pile anyway, is the gold ray of Christ. Okay, and being Christed was coming up yesterday as well, which is that expansion energy when you come together, especially in union. I am the gold ray of Christ. So it's so much about the gold energy. And using that when you're out in nature especially. Gold. 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 And remember the difference between silver and gold. Silver is second place, gold is first. No 30 pieces of silver, right? Only gold, only first prize. Know your worth. Okay? Let me count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Alright, so it's 19, the sun, which is gold. And while I was counting, Jesus was giving me that no one ever says she has a heart of silver. It's making me want to cry, but he's saying, go for the gold. Alright? It's about having a heart of gold, not silver. Okay. So we have 1, 2, and 19, which again, we keep getting 19 and 22, because we got it multiple times yesterday too. So it's the masculine, the feminine, and the sun. And 3 came up again too with the nature card. All right, so we have the sun and the earth, the masculine and the feminine, the 2 and the 1, the masculine and the feminine, and the sun and the earth. Okay, so saying the polarities are integrated. And then the underlying energy was connection, 2 of cups. All right, so now we have the past life deck. Take a deep breath. I was getting actually to pose this one to Marco, as a student who doesn't always get called on. Alright, today is March 29, 2019. For everyone watching, the best and highest good of all is concerned. Marco, please bless us with your presence. Came right out. Again. I'm the baby, gotta love me. I'm not the baby. Alright, let's see here. Okay. So again, the baby came out upside down. Hold on, give me more cards. Okay. The bottom of the deck is the High Priest or Priestess. Reversed. So that's the underlying energy. And trees is behind it. Okay, so the light is shining in. So go out in nature. It's spring. If you have sunshine, even if you don't. And my voice is going for a reason. I'm being guided again from Jesus to say, look to the sun and to the butterflies. And why would you keep your eyes closed when there's all of this to see? I'm getting that if you've been doing this a long time, you don't always need to go into deep meditation to get your messages. Just go for a walk in nature. It'll be the same. You don't always have to be the high priest or priestess. Okay, you can let go of that and it'll come through naturally when you're out, especially when you're out in nature in the sun. So practice walking meditation is what I'm getting. Because they don't want, he's saying, why would you keep your eyes closed when there's all of this to see? So don't stay secluded in meditation all the time at home when you could be out in nature with your eyes wide open. Okay, it's the same. Okay? That is the underlying energy. Then we got 4 separate things came out here. That one, these 2 are probably just numbers to count. But baby came up again reversed. Alright, so this is baby. And this is definitely about nesting and new babies and all that kind of stuff. And this is about you're not a baby anymore. It's about you're not your inner child anymore. Your inner child's all grown up. It's about letting go of your security blanket, which came up in the read. All right, that Linus needs to let go of his security blanket of his mother and father, and also, you know, any partnership connections. That don't be afraid. It's making me want to cry. Don't be afraid to take your first steps. Your parents would, and it doesn't have to be your parents, but it's the idea where your parents wouldn't let you go unless they had taught you well first. You don't need their opinions anymore. You're good on your own. And you don't have to be, I'm the baby, gotta love me. You don't need to get attention to be worthy of love. It's like someone was constantly, like, you know, grasping for love. You know, I can't let go. Love me, love me, love me, because they were so in fear. And I understand this energy. One of my daughter's friends who lost her mother at a young age, and she knows this. We've talked about this before. And she'll say, she just said it recently, as a matter of fact, when a couple of them were over here. And it's 4444, so it's very important to understand this about yourself. You know, the fear of not being loved is like the greatest fear. Okay, feeling like you'll never be loved. Feeling like, you know, if your mother left you, that's a big wound, because your mother is that mother is that attachment, that nurturing energy. And so, like, when you lose that bond, it's literally like a part of you that falls away. So, and it doesn't feel like that when you grow up and go away, when it happens on a gradual level and it's normal and it's natural. But when someone is cut out of your life like that suddenly, as a young child, it's just a big wound to clear. So that needs to come up as well. You need to master those fears and those energies. Atlantis, again, is coming up as reversed. Okay, so this is Atlantis. This is the fall of Atlantis. I'm getting that the fall of Atlantis occurred because of those children who never grew up, because of people creating fear for them. The people who took over and caused fear in others. If we don't take care of our planet, it will be underwater. Also, to just remember, we're not really in control anyway. Pole shifts, the universe, whatever it is, whatever source, God, divine creator, prime creator, whatever source wants, source gets. And that happens through all of us. We're all pieces of source. So the collective consciousness is what decides what happens with everything in the universe. So what are you, as the collective consciousness, going to decide for your Earth? Right? Those beautiful dolphins, okay? It's the peace that you're seeking. You're seeking peace on Earth, heaven on Earth. But it's not here right now. The pillars must fall and be buried first. Somebody's dead fish in the water. Yeah, somebody's fish might have died, belly up. So that might have happened as well. But that's the kind of energies that's coming up. Oh, it's showing me. It's showing me just like you protect your babies, you need to protect the seas, because this looks like it's showing us like all the pollution that's causing them to suffocate under the water, and that the light can't get through to them because of all the pollutions. So they want you to have a visual of what that means. Okay? Did you accidentally summon me? Yes. Yes, Siri. Alright, so let's see what cards came out as far as counting. 1, 2. They want to show you a visual, because some people, they know there's lots of things wrong in the world, but they don't feel like they don't have a connection to it, or they don't know how they can fix it. But it was Source wanting you to have that visual of what it's like to live underwater right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So we have 8 cards. We have 1, 1, 8, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this 5 bunch that came out, the Love Life card popped up first so it would be seen. Okay, so your love life is expanding. So we have 1, 1, 8, 5. Oh, and by the way, these are the cards that are on top of those other 2 piles are angels, and I was just getting angels in the outfield again. And biblical reverse. So stop working hard. Be still. You don't need to work hard anymore. That's a thing that's an idea of the past. I'm getting that you guys are angels on earth. It's no longer the way it used to be. You're co-creating, you're manifesting, you're a magician embodiment. That's what it's saying. You don't have to sit and meditate all the time. You can go out in nature and meditate that way. But it's also saying you don't have to work long hours and work hard no matter what you do. Just do what you love and it will naturally come to fruition. Okay? 1-1. So two in magician embodiments. You have 2 magicians for the 1-1, and then 8 of staying at 0 point and balancing, and then the 5 of expansion. All right. So it's you guys together, and it was just 5101. So it's the magician embodiment with 51, the King of Swords. Using your logical mind in conjunction with magician embodiment. So you have 2 magicians, balancing, and then integrate. So it's like the sequence of events. You know, you bring yourselves into magician embodiment, then you come together to co-create, and then you expand, and then you do the cycle over again. That's what I'm getting. All right, let's get to Journey of Love. Okay, so Journey of Love. And by the way, that was Marco. Polo. Marco. Clear in a line. Clear in a line. Filling the empty spaces with only beautiful, organic love and diamond light. For March 29, 2019, everybody watching, and the highest and best good for all those concerned. What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? Marco. Alright, I have 2 piles here. I'm not going to read all of them, I don't think. Oh, I'm supposed to read that one. Okay. Cosmic Butterfly is 36. That's the underlying energy here. 36 is the 10 of wands, so that's that burden where you can't handle it anymore, you're going to fall over, so it definitely can be a confession or release of all the burdens. Then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards came up again. I'll show them to you, but I'm not going to read all these cards, obviously. So we have here Simplicity. The Ancient Ones, 52. Simplicity is 4. That's the Emperor. 52, excuse me, is the Queen of Swords. We have 70, which is Heaven. Alright, so that's Heaven on Earth. And then we have these 2, which are She Loves, 61, and Her Grace, 17. They're those light blue, those topaz blues, that's an important color for today in the golds. Blue and gold. I was getting the abominable snowman and the guy, what's his name, Cornelius? Silver and gold, right? But I'm seeing him with his axe, his ice chipper. Keep it simple. You have the protection of the silvery white light of the Ancient Ones of Heaven. Because you are Heaven on Earth, because you're the Ancient Ones on Earth. That's what they're paralleling. To keep it very simple, black and white, right? Natural, birds, pigs, mice, grass. She loves her grace. That was a message from my mother. From my grandmother. My mother's name is Mary Grace, and she never liked that name, Grace. So they knew if they brought grace through that they would know who I was talking about. Because she never felt really loved, and this is her mother saying that she loves. It's saying too, for the feminines especially, to take a risk to be your natural self. That your grace will shine through. Okay? The natural you is just perfect as it is, okay? As you are. Just when you are natural, your grace shines through. I love this blue light, these two cards together. This is that topaz blue that was coming in. To use that light. So it's reflecting the throat chakra. Especially like this one, the ancient ones, like, okay? Seeing how you're connected to them. It's the only difference is that you're on earth, you're in a human body. They want that to get through your head. I'm saying your thick skulls. That's what I'm hearing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we have 4. These 4 came up here. Okay, so we have, this one is riding the cosmic wave, and then this one is Heart of God. Heart of God is 9, which is the Hermit, and 60 is riding the cosmic wave, which is that 6 of Swords, which came up in the read, and then 29 is Spiral Dance of the Goddess, and 40, which is the Void. Okay. And we had 5 cards, and then 4 cards, and then 1. So it's 9 plus 1 is 10. The end plus 1 is a new beginning. Also, I'm getting the 45. After the grief comes the Magician embodiment. Heart of God. Heart of God, I'm getting, you have no idea what goodies are coming from, what will be coming from your heart. It's like green candy, because it's green mixed with light and angel dust. This is what I'm getting from it, is what your heart will bring. The heart of the hermit. The one who goes within. No one can know this heart but you and your connection with God. Riding the cosmic wave. It's like oh, why can't I never, there's certain words, like ever since I got hit by a car and I had a really bad concussion, there's certain words that I can't retrieve, like certain things, even like New Orleans, I can't think of the word for anything. Oh, avatar, for some reason I lose it constantly. But I'm getting like this card as like an avatar when they're riding the birds. Okay, and used to ride dolphins, right? Or just used to be that dolphin riding the waves. And the void, so it's showing you who you are. Okay, the void, the vortex, how you got there, the journey that you've been on. And then this one of the olive and the olive oil. That was coming up the other day with the ash trees, because it's an olive tree family. The ash trees. And it's whenever I see this card, it's all about the fallopian tubes and coming from the ovaries. Because the and it also makes me think of the what's that cartoon character? You know, when they have eyes that come out of their sockets, like, so they move around above their heads with their eyes, but that's just how they are. Kind of like E.T., but yeah. But his whole head came up. But you know, when the eyes come up like that separately, that's what I'm getting. There's a certain cartoon character I can't think of. But I'm getting that as well. But it's also, it's telling me, because this is the method of delivery, right? Because the fallopian tubes deliver the egg to the uterus. Oh, the olive oil is very good lubrication. But it's good for everything. It's what they're saying. It's good for food. It's good for your hair. It's good for your skin. It's just like, you know, kind of like a miracle oil of nature. And it's great. The 4 cards are like totally different categories of color. Like one is red and green of the heart, and then the pinks and the magentas and the purples, like that. So that's psychic energy between the feminine and the masculine, magenta and the indigo. And then we have the void and the blues and the greens. It's like the boy and the girl. You know, it's like more, olive is like military, so that's like more masculine, and then the blues. They're showing me like you know, an African woman wearing a big earring. That's what, from this card, that's what I'm getting. There's something tribal that's coming up about that. So, alright, so we get the 5, 4, 9 of the 45 of the grief turning into magician embodiment. And then we have the 1 card left that I'm supposed to read you, which is Buttercup Yellow for Mary Magdalene. Knowing Without Knowing, number 41, is the Ace of Cups. It's about self-love, spiritual love, new love, 41. And it's also a 5, expansion. Knowing Without Knowing. And it opened right up to it. Sometimes the heart knows in a way that the concrete mind and memory cannot. We feel sometimes that we cannot quite we feel something that we cannot quite express. Perhaps others are quick to dismiss it as meaningless whimsy, like me not being able to get words out of my mouth, or irrationality. Yet that feeling beyond the mind's capacity to fully perceive it is the ancient truth of your greater self reaching through time and space to connect with you. Like a phone line extending, see, that's why E.T. came up, phone home. Like a phone line, where is it? Like a phone line extending from a mere ancient place in the world. You can hear it crackle, perhaps, not the clearest reception, yet you can also sense the love traveling along that telephone line. All right, so it's Marco Polo, the ovaries and the fallopian tubes, and the ancient ones, and them saying, you know, you need to understand your powers, that you don't have to be in deep meditation to use your powers now, okay? And also E.T., phone home. The things that you feel and that do not appear to make sense are the things to trust most now. You're being guided by a force far greater than your own mind. An ancient divine brilliance is reaching to you, communicating with you. You may not hear or understand it with clarity as yet, but you can feel it. Trust what you feel. This oracle speaks to you of the opening up of your higher mind, of the part of your intelligence that can dialogue directly with forces of divine guidance and creation. These forces use symbols, abstract communications through dreams and visions, like what I do. Through impulses that circumvent your conscious mind and have words streaming out of your mouth or flowing through your mind that you've not created of your own volition. Someone speaks to you and you respond with words that you feel you are hearing for the first time as they pour out of your mouth. Whose words are these, you wonder? It is your ancient self that speaks. Trust the strange and mysterious at this time. It is another way, in the ancient way of wisdom, that you are tapping into now. Enjoy this new sacred connection unfolding. This oracle is also confirmation that you have relationships around you now and continuing to come to you that are from times long past, karmic connections that will take you further on your journey of love. And it simply states, I have been here before. Aromas open the door, so pay attention to your smell as well. I walk through knowing. Okay? So you don't always have to know on a conscious level to know, and you know that. it's saying now you don't always have to be in deep meditation to use your abilities. And it's like what I do, putting the pieces of the puzzle together. It's always by representations. So use your abilities. It's not just someone else who can do that. It's about all of you. Here's the read. Okay, and then the full... Oh. That's just a picture I took of my table this morning. I thought it was kind of cool. Alright, so this is the full read. I think that's it. Okay, make sure you drink your water, get your rest, and do what I told you. Rise and be loved. Bye.